Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for today's Monday mystery reveal, there we go, that's exactly what this is. So if you're new to the channel, what I've got in there is something that I'm of course going to show to you. Rather than me just say this is what I've got, have a look at it, or me just do a completely new video on it, turn it into a bit of a guessing game, bit of fun, give you guys the chance to guess exactly what is in the box, shall we say. This one's different to Tuesday. Tuesday I want you to put everything in the comments. This one, because it is more of a, not a serious, but more of a better sort of version of a game, please don't put the answer in the comments. But what you can see in the title already is this is a G1 figure. Now, funny enough, this is obviously loose, and this is all down to mainly these videos, because I, like a lot of collectors, will openly admit, put my hands up, that I've brought so many figures over the year and been very guilty of just putting them on a shelf and indeed just to look at them. But obviously, since starting a YouTube channel, and people like yourselves want to see these figures, you know, reviewed, I didn't realize that my original copy of this was in as bad a shape as what it is. So this is an update of a figure that I've already got. Sadly, it's not boxed. I don't own a boxed one of these yet, which funnily enough, there's quite a lot of reissues of this figure going around, so I could get one, but obviously I prefer to get the original. Anyway, so it is a 1986 original figure, so yeah, that falls pretty much in the early stages of Generation 1. The character itself is in fact, the character and the toy is very, very interesting for loads of different reasons. If I go into too much detail, it'll give it away straight away. What I'm going to do, though, is give you some clues with regards to the toy. So as far as I'm aware, the very next issue of this in the Generations toy line wasn't until Combiner Wars. So there was an issue of this figure in Combiner Wars, which also meant there was one in Unite Warriors. And then this might give it away slightly, but the last version of this particular figure was in Earthrise. So was that 5 years ago already? Unbelievably, it might be 5 years ago. So anyway, the original toy came out in 1986. For those of you who lived in the UK, this was definitely one of the curse of the UK's. Unless, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I definitely do not remember seeing this anywhere at all on UK shores. It was one that I definitely wanted, but I just couldn't seem to find it anywhere. It is quite a big figure. There's not controversy around it, but there's reasons why that perhaps it didn't make it into the UK, and there's other reasons why. Loads of different things, to be fair, but one is, I suppose, it wasn't an original Transformer before 1984. You know, sometimes we have figures that were Diaclone, Microman, Microchange, etc., whereas this one wasn't an original Transformer, but it wasn't one of them. It was another one, and as soon as I say the company, it'll give it away straight away. And of course, the box is quite big, so I think you pretty much guessed. Anyway, he did appear in the comic a few times. He did have, and the cartoon. I meant to say cartoon first, but in the comic, I can definitely remember quite a few stories and indeed covers with this rather interesting figure on it. Now, would you, I don't even know, would you class this, when you know what it is, would you class this as a combiner? Because it is made up of two separate units, separate things that you can join together to have a bigger one. These clues are terrible. I do apologise, but I think you've probably already got it, as I say, because he's only had two toys in the Generations toy line. I've got to confess as well, the Combiner Wars one was reasonable. It wasn't the greatest, but the Earthrise one was fantastic. In fact, last clue for you to get it, it was the Commander figure from Earthrise, and it was just a much improved version of this particular figure. In fact, the last clues, the original figure was battery operated and indeed motorized. So no, you can't fit a Triptychon in there, and you'd be very pushed to put the other one in there, which was a Mega Supreme. So now I'm pretty sure you've got who this is. And again, huge thank you to Neil Rockman, because that's where I got this from. But this is a Generation 1 Skylinks figure. So I can update my video, I can see if this one's working as well, and do a better video for you guys. Yeah, but my original one had the leg hanging off and everything, and I didn't even realise until I came to do the video. So there you go, guys. G1 Skylinks. Please don't put G1 Skylinks in the comments. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care.